All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Um, First of all, I just wanted to apologize for the lack of uploads recently, and for not getting this video out sooner to you guys. School's been keeping me really busy recently. I've had a lot of assignments due, kind of all at the same time. So I thought, first of all, I just wanted to let you guys know that, kind of behind the scenes, what's going on. Um, and yeah, so obviously you guys have read the title, you guys know the thumbnail. This is going to be our Speedflip tutorial. That's quite long overdue, I will admit that, but yeah, so you guys have a little bit of context now about what's going on there. Obviously, we have the new controller overlay. You guys can let me know what you think of that. It's kind of my first attempt at doing something like that, kind of a rough draft, and so I definitely appreciate some feedback on that and what you guys think about it. But yeah, I have it on the other side there, and a little bit bigger, so you guys can have an idea of what I'm doing while I'm doing the tutorial here, and you guys can get a better idea. But other than that, I think we'll kind of just hop right into it. Yeah, so starting off here, I thought I'd give you guys kind of an idea of like when speed flips are useful, and then yeah, kind of just what they do, what the purpose of them is basically. And so the two areas where I use speed flips most are obviously kickoffs. Those are probably going to be where you see it in my game the most. And also just being able to hit the ball, kind of as a more general rule, being able to hit the ball in ways that you couldn't previously hit it. And yeah, just being able to like reach the ball and catch it in new and more kind of efficient ways. And so that's kind of when you would use a speed flip. And then for the purpose of a speed flip, what a speed flip actually allows you to do is it allows you to boost and flip and keep your momentum basically throughout the flip, because most flips, like a front flip or something like that, at some point in the flip, if you're boosting throughout, you'd be boosting backwards, which would essentially be canceling your momentum. And so yeah, that's kind of the gist of speed flips. And then, yeah, I guess we'll just kind of move on to the first point. All right, so getting into the tips here. For my first tip, it's going to be simply learning the diagonal flip. This is going to be the initial flip that you are going to do for the speed flip, and it's basically going to provide you your foundation for the rest of the tips that are going to help you kind of master this mechanic. So all you need to do for the diagonal flip is double tap A and either point your analog stick to the top left, which looks like that, or the top right, which looks like that. And I would suggest picking one that feels best to you and learning that one, because most people, it's kind of like being a righty or a lefty in sports, kind of thing, or I guess in anything. You just kind of pick what feels best for your muscle memory, and then you kind of build on that. And so I picked top left, and so that's going to be what this tutorial is based off of. It works just as good the other way. So yeah, just find what feels good to you. And with that being said, we're going to hop into the next tip. So the second pointer I'm going to give to you guys today is arguably the most crucial part of the speed flip. It's basically what makes the speed flip the speed flip. Wow, I'm saying speed flip a lot. So what it's called is canceling the flip. So basically, a flip cancel is what you do. If you guys know how to half flip, that's basically what that is in the half flip. Or if you want to do a front flip, that's what a flip cancel is. It's when you do a flip and then you pull the analog stick back the opposite way of which you flipped in the first place. So for a speed flip, it's basically the same idea. It might be a little harder to execute, just because you're doing a diagonal flip, so there's more factors at play, like how to land and stuff like that. But for a speed flip, I'm gonna show you without boost, because boost will come in as the next tip. But yeah, so for the speed flip, all you want to do is, like I said, this tutorial is based off of doing it starting with the diagonal flip top left. So I'm gonna show you guys this here. This is what I do. So I go diagonal flip top left, and then I pull my analog stick down to the bottom right, and that is basically just going to cancel your flip. And for this tip, it might take you guys quite a while to learn it, especially in comparison to the first tip, because this one's going to require a little bit more practice. But stay with it, stay patient. You definitely will get it. And the way that you can tell if you're getting it is you want throughout the flip, generally to make sure that your nose is the nose of your car is pointing down, and that the exhaust pipes are always facing backwards. Because if those exhaust pipes ever face forwards, then that's not a speed flip, and you know you're doing something wrong. So the two pointers here are make sure that your nose stays down and make sure the exhaust stays pointing backwards. So yeah, I guess we'll move on to the third one. So coming in at number 3 is going to be just incorporating boost. So once you kind of have that foundation for both of those 2 previous steps, you can start throwing in boost, and this one's a little bit shorter. Just get out there and practice, practice this, kind of what I'm doing right here. You can throw, oh, that was a really bad one, but you can throw in a couple, like you can just do it in little bursts here like this. You can just keep going, drifting your way around the field. And yeah, so just kind of get a feel for this one. This one's not really me telling you guys what to do. It's more you guys just yeah, practicing it, and obviously getting that muscle memory down, so that you guys can incorporate this into your games. So yeah, I guess with that, we will move on to the last 2 steps. I'm gonna have them in the same category because for me they're just even the same button. But yeah, we'll move on to number 4 and 5. All right, so we've made it to the final 2 steps here in our speed flip tutorial. I'm hoping everything's making sense so far. Please keep watching at your own pace. Obviously, rewind, rewatch, whatever you need to do to get this down. And like I said, keep in mind it's going to take time, it's going to take effort, and yeah, so just stay persistent. I'm sure you'll get it at some point. And yeah, so. These last 2 tips are going to be air roll and power slide. I'll go into a little bit more depth, obviously, but as a general idea, they're going to be at the end of your flip. You're going to want to use air roll and power slide to enhance your recovery. And for this tip, I'm going to highly suggest that you bind them to the same button. And for me, that means binding them to LB. On Xbox One controller, or I guess L1, I think, on PS4 and PS5 controllers. And so this is really going to eliminate the need to press like another button in this already, I'm sure, complex tutorial for you guys. So that's what I do. I have it both bound to that button, and yeah, so I'll kind of get into it here. So the reason you need air roll after you're done your speed flip is it allows you to really find your footing and to land on all 4 wheels. If you're not holding air roll throughout, or even at the end, then you're going to have maybe situations where you land on your side. I'll try and give you an example here. Like maybe on your back or something like that, where you're not using air roll properly at the end. Or yeah, even landing on your side, like I said. But yeah, so using air roll at the end is very useful. And in the same respect, using power slide is super important, because you might have a situation like I'll show you here where I don't use power slide and I land like that, and I'm not even going supersonic anymore, right? And that's because power slide allows you to keep that forward momentum going forward into whatever you need to do next, whether it be a save or maybe an aerial, or anything like that, right? Whatever you're doing next, you got to keep. I mean, that's the point of flipping in Rocket League, right? To keep going, stay supersonic, and yeah, just keep up a fast pace of play, basically. And so both of these points are really crucial. I'd say focus more on the air roll one, because the power slide will just come naturally. Really, all you have to do is hold whatever your power slide button is, and you'll have that down pat. But yeah, definitely get a feel for the way that air roll works after your speed flip. And yeah, just finding your footing, getting those 4 wheels underneath you, and having a pretty slick recovery. With all that being said, I think it's gonna be it for the video. I really appreciate you guys watching. Just keep in mind that this is my first time making something like this, so just take that with a grain of salt. I would definitely recommend watching other people's speed flip tutorials, just to kind of get a more comprehensive view of them. An understanding of why they're useful, and maybe different situations that other people use them in that I may have forgotten, or maybe I don't even know, as it's probable that I left some stuff out, although I do think I covered most of the key concepts of the speed flip. But also, I'd like to add that if you guys are having any issues, like after a while of trying and you're really not getting it, I'd be more than happy to hop into like a private match or something like that with you guys to sort out some of those issues. So if you want to drop your usernames in the comments, if you are having these kind of issues, then I think that would be a good way of kind of sorting those out. And yeah, so other than that, this video should come out either Sunday night or Monday morning, depending on I guess when it finishes uploading, as I have some pretty atrocious upload speed at my place, so it definitely is dependent on that. But yeah, I guess we'll see. And then throughout the week, I'm expecting maybe midweek or later on in the week to post another episode, episode 3, I think, to the Road to Supersonic Legend series. And so you guys can definitely look forward to that, as am I. I haven't played any ones games since that, I don't think, just because I'm so close to 1300, and I think it would be so special to hit that while recording for a video. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, with all that being said, I really appreciate you guys watching, and yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next Road to Supersonic Legend video. Take care, guys.